Okay, excellent.
So here,
She's covering one of my other questions already.
But, okay.
No, it's okay.
Do you want me to stop
no,
there?
No, it's okay.
Italian Wine Travel with Stevie Kim.
Hello, my name's Stevie Kim and welcome back to Grandi Langhe 2025 edition, where we are talking to wine experts from all over the world. And today, one of our favorite wine people, Michaela Morris from Canada. Ciao, Michaela.
Ciao, Stevie. Thank you so much.
Yes, so Michaela, we have a soft place for her because she started the pilot program for VIA and she became the Italian wine expert. So very exciting to have her with us. So we're going to ask you just a few questions, okay? What have you been doing so far? I know you've been in the territory for some time now.
Yeah, this is actually the end of my trip here at Grandi Langhe, but I've been spending most of my time tasting the 2021 Barolo, 22 Barbaresco, and any Langhe Nebbiolo d'Alba that I can get my hands on.
Okay, so I'm going to be asking you a few questions like we have with our other guests. Number one, which new or emerging Piemonte wine styles have caught your eye in the recent years?
So, I mean, there's lots to talk about. I think Timerasso, for quite a few years now, is definitely on the rise. And there's more and more producers, so it's not just the original, like the Valtermassas, for example, who are making Timerasso, but we see a lot of new up-and-coming producers, and that's something that I really like because it gives some diversity to the region where it's not just big reds, but you have also these very age-worthy whites as well. And I'm also always very interested to try whatever I can of Pella Verga. It's a grape that's quite near and dear to my heart, and I think, again, talking about diversity, it does give a different style of red that's really immediately drinking, very pretty, and still shows off the territory so well.
Okay, great. Have you noticed any specific trends in winemaking or vineyard management techniques among the producers this year?
I think specifically because I have been trying so much of the Langhe Nebbiolo and Nebbiolo d'Alba, I think, and especially focusing on the Barolo Barbaresco producers, I think it's a category of wine that now people know Nebbiolo. Producers have an opportunity to show their style. Because a little bit with Barolo and Barbaresco, you're a bit hemmed in with what the denomination regulations tell you to do. Whereas I find some of their more experimental wines, maybe where they're doing more whole cluster, or they may be using amphora, whatever it is, they're not all great. But I think experimentation is really important, and for me it's really exciting to see because I think it speaks to what the future of Nebbiolo will be.
Okay, and what are, I mean, you're a wine writer, but from your perspective, what are the consumers or some of your colleagues as buyers are looking for currently in terms of wines from Piemonte?
I think a lot of different things. There's excitement also. Let's say even with Alta Langhe for a sparkling wine, because sparkling wine is still very popular. I think also people are really looking for up and comers as well, because if you've known Barolo and Barbaresco producers, prices have gone up a lot, or they're much harder to find. So this is something that I really try to cover when I'm writing about the region. So for example, this year from Barolo, Carlo Ravella was definitely a standout producer.
Okay.
And then Francesco Verzio from Barbaresco, a new producer as well. And you've got Orlando Rocca, who is the nephew of Domenico Clerico. So all of these really exciting producers for sure. This is something that I'm also trying to follow quite closely.
Have you encountered any unexpected grape varieties or different up-and-coming terroirs here at Grandi Langhe?
I guess I have to admit, I spent a lot of time in Piemonte.
She's
and I'm,
the Barolo and Balboresco girl. Yes.
but also the rest of the rest of the region as well. I'm whenever I do see something new, I try to taste whatever I can. So I don't know necessarily that there's one particular grape variety that I would say as new. I'm racking my brain, but perhaps again, as I was saying, just the rise in grape varieties like Timorasso, or if I can speak to another one like Nescetta, for example, and even Grignolino. And especially with Grignolino, you're seeing this style that some people are calling new, but in fact it speaks to the past, where they used to age Grignolino like a Barolo. So it's nice to see the diversity in style coming with Grignolino as well.
Okay, so looking ahead, you know, when you're going back to Canada for your audience, what are like the takeaways that you would love to share with your folks back at home?
I think to look beyond Nebbiolo from the region. Definitely don't bypass Nebbiolo. Still keep buying Nebbiolo and drinking Nebbiolo. It's a great grape. But I do think that it really Piemonte offers so much in terms of wine styles. If I could think of one region in all of Italy that has the most diversity of wine styles, it would be Piemonte. And I don't say that because I like it better than one region or another, but you have sparkling wines, you've got white wines that are lighter, some of that are fuller, more age-worthy, and then you've got that diversity of reds with so many grape varieties, and dessert wines as well, some sparkling, some not. So I think there's so much to explore, and there really is still so much to discover.
Okay, and that was Michaela Morris coming to you from Canada to Grandi Langhe 2025. And it's a wrap. Thank you very much for joining us. Ciao, Michaela.
Ciao, grazie.